friends? Hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. So we're a few weeks in. What are we in now? November? Well, yeah, we're a few weeks in NHL 24. A little bit of time to kind of digest this 99 overall set, to kind of see what all it's going to entail, how difficult it's going to be, how easy it's going to be, so on and so forth. Was it going to be worth doing? The first set's a little easier, kind of get your toes wet. But now we're seeing as we progress, you've needed more and more players, and XP we need. This time around, you're going to get a power-up collectible, which is solid. You have a power-up collectible, and you have to trade in, I believe, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 players, and then the XP collectible. So 24 players. I mean, you can get them since there's a lot of NHL players. You can probably get all that for 20K. And you're going to get an power-up collectible in exchange. So as of right now, it's been pretty nice to where it's very valuable in regards to where it's giving you stuff that is worth the trade-ins. The 83 overall choice pack, maybe not so much anymore. The premium pack, is it just XP collectibles? It is. So when you're just doing XP collectibles, you know, that stuff's free, so it's not a big deal. But it's becoming very interesting because first and foremost, level 9, that means we have 31 more levels to go, essentially, because you need 41 of these ultimate prize 99 collectibles to get the player's 99 player choice pack, which means getting the calculators out, that gets us to June 7th, June 8th is 31 weeks from now. So if you're going to get that 99 overall, it's going to be in June, which leaves us with a couple questions. First of all, how into the game are you going to be in the June? Are you going to want to play the game in June? Are you going to get this 99 player in June? You're going to still use it? And how many other 99s are going to be out? Now, EA's been doing a lot better with not just pumping 99s out left and right as of last year. And we could expect that again. But at the same time, when Team of the Year comes out, can we see a lot of 99s? Are we going to badly want that 99? Is there going to be room? Obviously, there's always room. There's always room for a 99 overall player on the team. But you have to consider everything you're putting into it. It's not collectibles only, but it's work. And right now, the way I've been looking at it is I'm just saying, hey, it can be done. And there's no, you got 394 days to do it. There's no time limit on when to do it. So there's no reason to rush and do every single set. Like, I still haven't done this set that gives you an 83 overall choice pack, or an 82, or the base pack, or the 81 overall choice pack, because whatever. The 81, 82, it's like, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to use those players. So why put the collectibles if I don't have to, kind of thing. You can always go back. Always go back and do these at any point in time. So what I've been doing so far is I've been kind of going through and doing the sets that I like and saying, okay, that's worth it. Like the X Factor one last week, I was like, oh, okay, so you're going to give me, and this was nice when you think about it. You needed all the gold players and how many collectibles? 8. So it ended up being 28 gold players, which is a good deal because typically it costs more than that to do the X Factor reroll set. So I said, hey, they're giving us a discount here. We're going to get the token and we're going to get the X Factor player for less than what it would normally cost. Kind of like this week where you're getting, hey, you're getting a power-up collectible and you're going to get the token for the 99. So again, it feels like you're kind of coming out ahead because you're putting 20K in for a power-up collectible essentially here, and you always do need the power-up collectibles. I think it does depend where you get further and further along the road. I mean, maybe if they gave you a power-up icon, it's like, okay, you get the 82s. It's like, well, that doesn't go far. Kind of like the X Factors. X Factor is nice, but it doesn't go far because you have to put all these coins in to upgrade it still. And that's what's got me on the fence personally. But I'm going to continue to say, hey, if it's a really good deal and it's value, sure. But as the levels go up, we have to expect, hey, it's going to cost more and more and more. And if it gets to that point where you say, hey, instead of, it's one power-up collectible, I think a good example might be, what if it's a guaranteed 85 overall and they're like, hey, we're going to need 20 gold players for this or 30 gold players for it. And you say, okay, that's a little bit more expensive than what they cost to buy just straight off the auction. It's like, all right, now let's pump the brakes a little bit here because at the end of the day, why it's so important is it worth it or is it not worth it? We do have to remember, yeah, at the end of the day, oh yeah, if we could have a million coin player, what you would expect the 99 to be, absolutely. But we have to get to June. We're in October, November, December. There's 9 months of hockey to be played between then and there. So kind of think about the fact that what could you do with, if that's what it's going to cost is a million coins, think of how you could spread that across your team over that time and how much of an impact that can make on your team over time. And I think that's what's really important here, whether it is or it isn't worth it. If you're typically on a budget and you find yourself, you can't have all the good players like everybody, if you feel like everybody's got stacked teams and you don't, then you might not want to be putting all your players into these sets and putting all your gold players, because then you can use them for other stuff that's a lot easier to obtain, like the power-up players. You can use them, like the 82s that come in the collectibles. Like currently out is the prototypes. It's like, okay, you can use those towards collectibles towards them or players towards them to build up your team, win more games, because then the more you win, the better your team is, the easier it's going to be to obtain other objectives or other players and items in this game. So it is important to get to that point. So that's my thing in general. It's like I don't like doing it to say let me waste all my coins. I like to try to stay over 100k. Honestly, I like to stay over like 3 or 400k. But these fantasy players, they're out and they're looking at me, and you can't. When they start looking at you, they made eye contact. They made eye contact. They winked, and that was you can't turn down the wink. You can't turn down the wink. So we had to, you got to put some coins in that. Nonetheless, though, after that, you got to make sure if you have an extra amount of coins, you're like, we're good to go. But if you're always trying to constantly build up your team, you don't want to kind of strap yourself to all fantasy players, for example, or strap yourself to all, this 199, and then you could have kind of spread that across like for 99 overall for, you put 1 million coins into it you spread that across probably 3 players. You could start it across an entire first line and have a really good first line. So that is something to keep in mind here. I personally think, again, the best thing you can do is just kind of wait it out and be patient. Pick and choose the sets you do like, the sets you don't like. Because, again, you can't, it doesn't matter when you do the sets, you can't get the 99 until you do all of them 40 weeks from now. So you have plenty of time to think it through. Don't overspend on things if you don't want to. It's your choice, though, as always, how to spend them. That's the direction I'm taking. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.